Welcome, survival horror fans. Today, we're going to delve into the world of Resident Evil and take a closer look at some of the most iconic and beloved characters in the franchise. From the tough and resilient Jill Valentine to the mysterious and enigmatic Ada Wong, we'll explore the traits that make these characters so memorable and discuss their roles in shaping the Resident Evil universe. So grab your herbs and ammo, and join us as we venture into the heart of the T-Virus outbreak and uncover the secrets of Resident Evil's greatest heroes and villains. 8. Ethan Winters. Honestly, Ethan's first appearance is somewhat disappointing. As his debut game, Resident Evil 7, marked the transition to first-person horror in the franchise, Capcom decided to create a protagonist with little personality. When Ethan's second game, Resident Evil Village, came to light, the audience finally got to see what Ethan is made of. Even without training and visibly infected, he survived the company of the Bakers and made a great sacrifice to save his own daughter, Rose. If you weren't moved by the ending of Resident Evil Village, play it again. Ethan's journey in that game is one of the most emotionally impactful in the franchise. 7. Nemesis. For many years, no pursuer creature in games has come close to the iconic Nemesis. Much more than a symbol of Resident Evil, this monster has certainly served as an example for games in other franchises and is known even by those who know little about RE. There isn't much to say about the biological weapon created to eliminate the STRS, and its unforgettable transformations that traumatized many players. It's just a shame that it was so poorly utilized in the remake. 6. Claire Redfield. Unlike her brother Chris Redfield, Claire was never trained to become an extremely skilled special agent. Everything she chooses to do after the incident in Raccoon City, or even during, since she was the one who saved Sherry, comes from pure altruism. Claire is always portrayed, whether in games or animations, as a person who is very aware of everything that Umbrella and other bioweapon-creating groups are capable of. Nevertheless, she never hesitates to put herself on the front line of the fight against bioterrorism. It's no wonder that Claire is featured in some of the best games in the series, including Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil Code Veronica. 5. Ada Wong. Mysterious, dangerous, and incredibly cunning, Ada is always one step ahead of everyone else, or at least that's how it seems. Even years after the character's debut, it's still difficult to say what her true objective is. In fact, she herself must make a point of not revealing her hand to anyone. Ada will always be one of the most fascinating figures in Resident Evil. We don't know if we will ever see her return to the spotlight, but it is a fact that the character has always been among the most enigmatic for fans of the series, and always will be. For Chris Redfield. Yes. Chris, the eternal foe of Wesker, appears before Resident Evil's Johnny Bravo on the list. This is because, after so many games and so many personalities presented for Chris, it's hard not to get a little tired of the series veteran. It seems that whenever Capcom doesn't know how to make a cool reference to the past, the company resorts to Chris, the protagonist of the first game in the franchise, alongside Jill Valentine. Well, at least until Resident Evil 5, Chris was, in a way, the main character of the entire franchise, since many of the story's events revolved around the eternal feud between the hero and Wesker. To this day, he is among the most respected protagonists of RE. With so many years of history, it's easy to understand why. 3. Albert Wesker. Let's be honest, Resident Evil was never the same after the death of Albert Wesker. Even though his last appearance in the games was overly marked by Matrix-style goofiness, he will always be the most important conspirator and antagonist in the entire franchise. With no consideration for the lives of others, Wesker was the main reason why both Umbrella and the XSTRS had so many headaches. Charismatic and cruel, he occupies the top spot when we talk about the series villains, and is, even when we look at the big picture, one of the most memorable of all. 2. Jill Valentine. In second place, we have the legendary Jill Valentine. For many players, she was the preferred option in the first Resident Evil. After all, she had a gun from the beginning of the game, and that was enough to inspire more confidence when facing the dangers of the Spencer Mansion. Jill's peak was in the 1990s, when she came face to face with Nemesis, the deadliest creature introduced in the franchise up to that point and, to this day, the most iconic. Alone for most of the time, Jill survived the peak of the apocalypse in Raccoon City and managed to escape a nuclear explosion, although the latter is not an exclusive merit of hers. Despite being in 2 extremely important games and overcoming some of the worst challenges in the series' history, Jill seems to have been forgotten by Capcom. Little has been heard about the character after Resident Evil 5, canonically, and her latest game is a reimagining of the third. Will we ever see Jill shine in a new adventure again? 1. Leon S. Kennedy. It had to be him. Leon Scott Kennedy is the protagonist of Resident Evil 4, one of the most important games in the history of the industry. This fact alone would be enough to put him in a high position, but Leon's importance goes beyond that. After all, not only was he also one of the main characters in the second game, but Leon demonstrated unbelievable capabilities from his first day as a police officer, to the point where he was chosen to work directly with the President of the United States. When it comes to pure and simple skill, Leon may be above all other characters in the franchise. However, since this is not confirmed, we can simply accept the fact that he is the most popular figure in the series for absolutely justifiable reasons. Thank you for watching this video and exploring the best characters of Resident Evil with us. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new about your favorite characters. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this in the future. Thank you again and see you in the next one.
Nem fudendo.